Well, hello everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Little Lovey on the Perch. Today we're in the perch laundry room, and I just want to talk a little bit about controlling your laundry. Laundry can be overwhelming and it can pile up, and before you know it, you're spending hours and hours on a daily basis, most, trying to catch up with your laundry. So I wanted to talk about mainly a couple things. One, I wanted to talk about getting yourself, if you have a stain on a piece of cloth or clothing, how to effectively remove that. One of the best ways to remove a stain off of a piece of cloth, clothing, or a shirt, pants, whatever, is to take a little bit of dry soap, and what you want to do is rub the dry soap on the cloth with just a little bit of water to coat the stain with the dry soap. You're going to do that, you're going to let it set in there really good, and then you're going to take something like a rag or a washcloth that you use for cleaning, and you're going to go ahead and wet that with hot water. Once you do that, you want to scrub that soap into the cloth so that it's getting out the stain. However many times you need to repeat that to get the stain out, to pre-treat it, and then go ahead and wash it in a regular load of wash is what I recommend. Usually that will get a stain out. There are things sometimes that just don't come out, which is life, and that's the way things are. But for the most part, that's what I recommend for old-fashioned stain removal. One thing too that I'd like to talk about is for laundry purposes, you want to sort your laundry. It's definitely important. Today at the Perch, we did a load of towels, and we're talking all kinds of towels, hand towels, washcloths, large towels, kitchen towels, everything. You want to go ahead and put that right all into one load on a warm or hot cycle, mainly to get rid of germs, because usually in that kind of a load there's lots of germs, and you want to get rid of as much as you can to keep things nice and clean. So the Perch laundry currently has a washer dryer. The washer can accommodate large loads. However, I find that doing normal to smaller size loads gets clothes cleaner, in my opinion, with this type of a washer. It's a Frigidaire washer and dryer. So I wanted to go ahead and mention that. The other thing I want to show you is I do have what I like to call the Perch drying rack. And I purchased this on Amazon a long time ago. Here it is here. And what this is it's a freestanding metal and plastic hanging unit. And what you can do with that is basically hang anything that you don't want to subject to large amounts of dry time in the dryer, and that type of thing. So it's always good to have one of those, some type of drying rack, to minimize your shrinkage of your clothing, because you're going to be buying a lot of clothes to replace things if you do not keep a track on that. So I wanted to show you that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was old-fashioned soap. Now, there are several types of old-fashioned soap. I remember seeing a couple different kinds growing up. One of them, just to refresh my memory here, one of them was called Fell's Naphtha soap. And what that is it was a very industrial strength, I guess you want to call it. Very old-fashioned kind of soap. And I'll put a picture in the segment here so that you can see that. But just so you know, it actually was used as a home remedy for poison ivy, which was interesting. This is according to just Wikipedia. This is the soap. Interesting is there were some harmful ingredients in it, and then they proceeded to take those out. But it is still used today. I mean, I've seen it actually in stores, and I'm sure you have too. That it is still in use today, which is interesting. But the soap was originally created around 1893, so it's an old recipe that's been modified, of course, over the years by the Fells and Company, and was the first soap to include a ingredient called naphtha, but they took it out because it was found to be harmful to humans. I believe that's what it says here. So, but anyway, what I found interesting was just the many uses that people had for this, which they have used. You can use it in making homemade laundry soap. I've never made homemade laundry soap. I did want to go ahead and show you what we do use here at the Perch for our laundry soap. There are several instances where we have very sensitive skin here. So what I like to do is I like to use a very mild detergent, but yet effective detergent. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I use for that. So what we use, for the most part, is, and this of course is not a sponsored video, I'm just showing you what we use here at the Perch. So we do use 7th generation, I don't know if you can see that, 7th generation laundry soap. It is the sensitive skin formula, and I do get, it's called free and clear. That means that there's no perfumes in it. It just basically smells clean. So it is for the high efficiency washer, and I use I use less actually than the amount on the actual lid here, and I find it to be very effective. So it's 7th generation. I highly recommend it. It's a great product because it's very good for sensitive skin, and it does clean quite well. So I wanted to show you that today. I did want to talk about doing laundry, the actual doing it. Laundry, I find, even in old-fashioned days, I remember having, our family do a day of laundry that was like the majority of laundry got done. And what that does is it will free you up on other days of the week to do other chores that you have to do. So if you can, pick a day of the week to do laundry and actually get most of the bulk of it done, and have that other time to do other tasks. It's a great way to handle laundry. And of course there's ironing, which is a whole nother topic. But anyway, I wanted to touch on that. And another thing that I find too, when you are doing laundry day, it's helpful to have something not very, very complicated for dinner that you need to prepare, because the two really don't go hand in hand. You do need to devote a lot of time to folding, preparing the laundry if there's, any kind of stain that we talked about before, that kind of thing. So preparing a meal that's a wholesome meal, but one that is not very complicated, would be a smart thing to do. So I hope everybody's having a good January. It is freezing here, and I don't know why, but it is freezing here. And of course I'm freezing and it's 60 degrees, so don't be mad at me, but I'm just pointing that out, that it's freezing here. One very I think interesting tradition, old-fashioned type of tradition, I guess, was that we would always hang out our clothes, like our especially like our sheets for the bed and our blankets. And there's nothing like an outside smell to your clothes that you can get when you do that. And you don't even have to have a clothesline per se. I mean, I just did it yesterday. I put a few items out on the perch patio, on the perch chairs, just to air out and to dry for the day. And it was a lovely smell, lovely fresh smelling air smell that makes you feel, it actually makes you and changes your mood. It will change your mood, I swear. Try it. It's really, I can't emphasize enough that it's a really neat thing to do. Of course, in the wintertime, it's a little hard if it's below zero, but I do recommend that, and I think it would be really something cool to incorporate into your laundry routine. So, are there any helpful tips that you have with doing laundry that you could share with the Perchies? I think it'd be great if you had any kind of comment on that, to maybe share a helpful tip for us that could help us with our laundry. There's always going to be laundry. We wear clothes, so it's a task, but it can be mastered and it can be done with efficiency and organization. So we'll talk more about it, but this is just basically my introductory laundry chat. So wanted to just go ahead and wish you all a very good day and evening, however when you are tuning in, I don't know. But thank you all for joining me here at the Perch, and please consider subscribing to my channel. There are many vintage adventures to come. Okay, well, I hope you all again have a good day. Peace, and have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye. You are important and you do matter. God bless.